In this video, we will explore how to use the Time Machine feature that is present in OS X. Time Machine is Apple's built-in backup solution. Although backing up files is very important to help prevent data losses, many users do not back up their computers on a regular basis. Typically, backing up can be a very tedious process. Users have to manually keep track of which files have been changed. They have to copy those files to another storage volume, and they have to do this over and over again. With Time Machine, the computer automatically does all of the backing up, and users do not have to think about it until they need to recover a file. To use Time Machine, you will need a computer running OS X version 10.5 or higher. 10.5 was released in October 2007, so if your Macintosh computer or its operating system is more recent than 2007, you have access to Time Machine. You will also need a second hard drive to store your backup. Typically, this is an external unit, unless you are using a tower with space for more than one internal hard disk. You also have the option of using Apple's Time Capsule product, which allows you to back up your computer over a wireless network. For the purposes of this video, we will demonstrate how to use Time Machine with a USB external hard drive connected directly to the computer. To use Time Machine, your external hard disk must be formatted in the HFS Plus format. This is OS X's native format for saving files onto a hard disk. If you need to reformat the drive, you can use Apple's disk utility. Please be aware that formatting a hard disk will erase all of the data on the drive. Disk utility is located in Applications in the Utilities folder. On the left side, click to select the drive you wish to erase. Then click on the Erase tab. Next to Format, Mac OS Extended Journaled should be selected. You can name the drive if you like. Then click on the Erase button. The computer may ask if you would like to use the newly formatted drive as a Time Machine backup. You can click Use as Backup Disk to choose it, or you can click Decide later. This message may also pop up the first time you plug your drive into the computer. If this message does come up, it means that the drive is already in the proper format and you do not need to use Disk Utility to erase it. If this message does not appear, you can use the Time Machine system preference to choose it as a backup disk. In the Time Machine system preference, turn on Time Machine if it is turned off. This can be done by clicking on the switch on the left side. The system preference should ask you to select the drive you want to use for backing up. If it does not ask you, you can click on the Select Disk button. By default, Time Machine will back up everything on your computer. This means all of your data, your applications, and your settings will be backed up. If there are specific folders or files you do not want backed up, you can exclude them by clicking on Options and then clicking on the plus button to add those items to the exclusion list. The first time that Time Machine runs, it may take several hours to complete the initial backup. This is because it will be backing up everything. During this time, you can use the computer as you normally would. If you need to shut down the computer before Time Machine has completed its backup, that is fine. Time Machine will stop the backup automatically and continue the backup the next time you turn on your computer and connect the Time Machine hard drive. Just be aware that you will need to treat the Time Machine hard drive as you would any other hard drive. This means you will need to eject the hard drive before you disconnect it from the computer. After the initial backup has been completed, future backups should take much less time. Time Machine will keep track of which files have been changed since its last session and will only back up those changes. Time Machine will back up files once every hour. Daily backups will be kept for a month, while weekly backups will be kept for as long as there is space on the designated Time Machine hard drive. When you run out of room, Time Machine will delete older backups to make room for newer ones. Time Machine is very useful for retrieving files you may have deleted in the past. First, I click on the Time Machine icon located in the dock. I can also run Time Machine by locating the app in the Applications folder or by clicking on the Time Machine menu bar shortcut. The middle of the screen is a visual representation of your backup. It symbolizes going back in time to restore your backed up document. I navigate to the Documents folder where the file used to be. I go back in time by clicking on the row of windows, using the arrow keys at the bottom of the screen, or by clicking on the timeline on the right-hand side of the screen. I can also make use of the Quick Look feature to confirm that I have found the document I was looking for. I select it and click on the Restore button. The file has now been retrieved and is again available on my computer. Note that Time Machine also works with certain applications, such as the built-in mail application. In this scenario, I want to retrieve an email I might have deleted a few days ago. I simply go back in time by either clicking on the visual representation in the middle of the Time Machine window or by clicking on the timeline located on the right side of the screen. When I locate the email I want to restore, I simply select it and click Restore. Besides being useful for restoring deleted files, Time Machine can also be used with Migration Assistant. If you install a new blank hard drive in your computer, or if you upgrade to a new computer, you can use the Migration Assistant utility to transfer all of your files and your settings from your Time Machine to your new computer. I hope you have found this video useful in learning more about the Time Machine backup function. Time Machine makes it simple and effortless to back up and retrieve your important data.